It's Disney Dreamlight Valley update news time again. Today we got hints about the next star path. This is another one of those emoji tweets, and they gave us 3 pairs of emojis. So let's look at what those emoji are, what they could mean, and I want to look at them from both the perspective of perfectly logical speculation, all the way through getting maybe a little bit more creative or more silly, because we haven't done that in a while with this game. So our first pair of emoji are candle and spaghetti. I think most of us immediately think of Lady and the Tramp. It is the 5-year anniversary of the live action of Lady and the Tramp that exists for some reason. Lady and the Tramp 2 was released February 27th, 2001. So we do have a February date in here. I feel like that one's a huge stretch. And apparently in 2013, Lady and the Tramp re-released in theaters from February 16th through the 18th. And if we look at other releases of Lady and the Tramp, they go throughout February. So this feels like it could be on brand too. And Lady and the Tramp, especially the iconic spaghetti scene, is often referenced around Valentine's Day, which is this Wednesday. And then I thought, let's take this a little bit further. The characters in Lady and the Tramp are cats and dogs for the most part. Remember those Siamese cats? It's not all dogs. What if this Lady and the Tramp theme does not go all romantic candlelit dinners and spaghetti, and instead uses this as an opportunity to introduce cat and dog companions to the game? It'd be really neat if we had more than one companion in the star path, little puppy. However, let's imagine what those might look like now in the star path. And in the premium shop, we've seen Disney Dreamlight Valley creating new companions all the time, right? And they're often food themed and kind of disturbing to a lot of us. So what if we had a pair of spaghetti and meatball dogs? Now, I don't think they really need to be modeled after Lady and the Tramp, but here's an idea for them. Maybe spaghetti ears, meat sauce face of some sort. Maybe the other one is entirely made out of meatballs with sauce around his face for some of the details. Now, if we really want to bring it closer to those emojis, maybe we have candles on them, maybe burning down their back, or up there for ears, or maybe fire in their eyes, candlelit eyes. I feel like that's the type of puppy we'd see maybe more in the premium shop than in the star path. And the past 2 times that they gave us emoji hint, the first hint was for a companion. But if this is Lady and the Tramp theme, do we think it's a general romantic theme for Valentine's Day, something like that? And in that case, are we expecting this update to come this week? Because what other items are there from Lady and the Tramp? Maybe a small table, a candle in a bottle, maybe some breadsticks, a plate of spaghetti, fairy lights. I mean, none of us would say no to fairy lights. There is like a bassinet that's pretty significant, maybe the cars. I don't know. And if we get the spaghetti dogs, why not get a pair of cats? Maybe it's both the Siamese cats and they dance as they follow along behind you. Or maybe we're reading this all wrong and the emoji actually respond to a specific item. It does say candle spaghetti. That was really hard to draw, so how about a spaghetti candle? Maybe. I warned you this was gonna have some silly ideas in it. So the first pair, I'm leaning towards Lady and the Tramp. I really don't know what else it would be. At first I was thinking like the restaurant scene in Monsters, Inc., but I went back to it and they don't have spaghetti there. So this seems pretty deliberate. I don't know if it's the movie. I don't think it's gonna be item specific, even though that'd be really funny. It could be generic theme, like dinner or romance or something. For the next one, we have a door and an eye. We know that this is the Monsters Inc. update for the Monsters Inc. realm. This feels very Monsters Inc. because they have all those doors. And Mike is basically a giant eye. So this seems Monsters Inc. related. And there are so many items, so many fashions that we already have in the game, but they could do so much more. Maybe items direct from the movie. But I think the one that we would all really like to see is simply for this to be more doors. Monsters Inc. is the perfect time to give us more doors. I don't understand why every time they add a new wallpaper and flooring, we're not also seeing a new door. It seemed like the feature to change doors was added and we were excited about it and it was really neat, and there really haven't been very many new doors. So hoping we get more doors, and hoping we get more actual usable doors, not just a prop item for Monsters Inc. that has like the door in the holder, something like that. I would not mind a little monster companion of some sort, or maybe the fox. I feel like the fox has been getting outfits. Maybe a fox that's wearing like Boo's monster costume. I think Boo's monster costume would also be a fun outfit to have in the Star Path. I'm hoping it's things that are really monstery rather than, say, bedroom furniture. I feel like I have enough beds, so I'm hoping for the focus to be more on those doors and unique items that I can use. I wonder if we'll see laugh canisters. I don't know what I would do with them, but I'm sure people would find a way to use containers like that too. We could see some sort of hybrid monster companion, or I could be looking at this not as a theme, but as a door with an eye. So let's flip it around like we did with the candle spaghetti and make it an eye door. So maybe a door covered in eyes, or maybe another property where doors are really important, like Alice in Wonderland. Maybe we do have the doorknob guy in that, or maybe all three together are just telling us about the owl house. Because we have a red-haired character, I'm sure we have snakes in that. The spaghetti and the candle, just like a tame version of the boiling isles, and the portal is a door with an eye on it. Or we could take this literally, and it is Dory. Finding Dory is one of the themes. Would have been too easy if they had simply put a fish in here. And then the last pair, we have the lady and the snake, but I looked at what specific emoji they chose, and this is woman with red hair and snake. And so my initial thought had been Raya and the Last Dragon. When I saw it tiny on Twitter, I was like, okay, I got that one. Let me think about the others. But then when I realized they specifically chose the emoji that is woman with red hair, they didn't need to. That feels like a very intentional choice. And so then I was like, okay, so I guess it's not that. I was thinking it could be that. I was kind of excited to see what they would do with that. It seemed to make sense to me. Then I was thinking, okay, red hair, we do have Ariel. She has a tail that's kind of like being a snake. I mean, I know she's not a snake, but I don't think it's that one. Then other things that you think of with red hair, you've got like Brave, but are there any snakes in Brave? Another one that comes up is like Medusa hair, of course, but why does she have red hair? And of course, snake hair makes us think of Medusa. Disney does have Percy Jackson. We could think of this going back to Monsters Inc. with Celia's hair, which has snakes, but it is purple. And I'm not quite sure why Celia would have her own element here. And so I'm not sure again why the red hair. In any case, we could be seeing a Medusa wig. That would be really fun, especially if we're able to wear hats with it. I really love the fun wigs. I just always want to be able to wear a hat with it or some other hair accessory. But then when going through the red-haired Disney characters, thinking about things, I decided to look specifically for villains. And in the Rescuers, you have this character who has red hair and her name is Madame Medusa. So we have a red-haired Disney villain whose name is Madame Medusa, and then we have a snake. I have no idea why this would be our person. I have no idea why the Rescuers would be a theme here, why they would choose her as a character. I mean, if they do, it does bring in a whole bunch of interesting item ideas, but it seems more likely that this is just a double nod to the Medusa hair. I'm not sure why though. So if this is a Medusa wig, then are all of these items and not themes? How do they all go together? Or is it just a red-haired Medusa wig? Could this also be a themed companion, a new snake? A new snake themed after a red-haired character? Maybe a kind of a red-orange snake? We do have a snake. There is a snake character in Robin Hood. There's a tiny part of me that's thinking about Hercules too. Apparently there is a red sand serpent in a Disney Junior show. Another red-haired Disney character is Anastasia in Cinderella. You could say that she's an adversary who maybe her behavior is snake-like. Again, that seems like a serious stretch. These are usually very straightforward, though this one I think we're a little bit less sure on. The closest thing we have is something Medusa-like, maybe snake hair, which would be a fun addition for a monsters-related Star Path. I don't know why they would single it out, so this one remains curious. Now in terms of dates, we still do not have a date for the update. Soon I wonder a little bit if the date will coincide with an Apple Arcade update now that we do have the arcade version. Major updates for Apple Arcade often drop on Thursdays. We do have 3 Thursdays left in February, and this could be pushed into March. We've been thinking mid to late February for a late winter, but it could be the first half or so of March as well. I looked back at one of the other times that they gave us an emoji preview of a star path, and that was for the Halloween one. They gave us the emoji preview on April 15th, and then we didn't get the art for the update until September 6th. We looked at the realm on the 8th. On the 10th, they showed us photos of the star path. On the 12th, we got patch notes, and then the update launched on the 13th, and it wasn't until the day before that they actually told us that it was coming the next day, so I'm hoping we don't end up in that situation again. I really wish we could go back to having at least 2 weeks notice. Something like that would be great so that we could plan for it. But on that timeline, that was August 15th for the emojis. September 12th, they told us the date, and September 13th it actually launched, so you're looking at almost an entire month there. So our days are not that far off. We are in February, which is a shorter month, though it is a leap year. The 3 Thursdays that we have are the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th this year. So if we think in terms of a month instead of days, getting the emojis on February 12th, that would put us closer to March 10th. March 10th is a Sunday, so I don't think we'd see it then, and we have those extra days. If we did it by days, we'd be looking at March 12th, so maybe we really are looking at one of those first 2 full weeks in March. At first, I was thinking, all right, well, maybe it's going to be next week. Maybe we're looking at the 22nd, maybe we're looking at the 29th. Then I thought, well, Lady and the Tramp, that's kind of romantic. That would work for Valentine's Day. We were thinking Valentine's Day stuff. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow, the day before Valentine's Day, the way that maybe I was thinking before. It could be the 14th or the 15th this week. But seeing that long lead time between giving us the emojis and the update actually dropping in the past, I wonder if this is not going to be until March. That would still technically be late winter, and we've seen things like that in the past, so I really don't know. They've been all over the place with dates. I have to check and see when the Apple Arcade big drop for March is going to be. They often do it the very first week of the month, so maybe we could see March 7th, but we'll have to wait and see. What do you think these emojis mean? What do you think the Star Path overall theme is going to be? What kinds of things do you think we're going to see in the Star Path? How are they going to bring all 3 of these things together? Is there some other kind of a door? What companion do you think is going to end up in the Star Path? I'm guessing it probably won't be a spaghetti dog, but if it is, you probably heard it here first. Subscribe for more Disney Dreamlight Valley content, news, and ridiculous speculation. We live stream DreamSnaps on the channel every Wednesday. There are also guides, and we live stream the update days so that we have all of the quests on the channel. Turn on notifications to find out the next time we go live. Hope to see you there.